by
Good
yourself?
evening, Investigator Stone, New Jersey State SPCA. Hello, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, those of you who are here and not where you should be. I want to start with a couple little things, and I'm really kind of impressed that we actually spoke about the animals for a significant period of time tonight, which is nice. But I need to go back to some of the financial situations. I'm going to begin with the board officer raise that nobody was ever told about. Detective Donato, you just mentioned that, we shouldn't go out in the field and work for free. People at the table don't work for free. You guys are getting your check every month, regardless of a financial status, and that's kind of sad. If you really cared about the animals, you would do like the people who are working for free and forego it. But if it's about the money, okay, fine. If it's not, then bring back a check next month for the $9,600.
I normally don't do this, but you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have a clue what you're talking about right now.
You keep telling me that, and it'll come to fruition. I can assure you.
Not a clue.
Okay, listen, your tax.
I mean, you can stand up there and say whatever you like. You have your 3 minutes, but I'm telling you, I don't get a check. So what check are you talking about? He doesn't get a check. He doesn't get a check. He doesn't get a check. What are you talking about?
Okay. It'll come.
Where's
to
your
fruition.
proof?
Pull up your tax documents, it's right on there.
What's on there? You show a check for me for the month of January?
Oh.
You show a check on it for December or the month
We're
before?
gonna,
That's what you're saying, that I get a check every month. I'm telling you, you don't know what you're talking about.
So how did it go from $600 a month to $800 a month?
Do you have any proof of what you're saying?
I would have furnished it for you tonight, but unfortunately I had to come from one location to another. I know I need to go back to where I came from, but I only have some of it, and I have limited amount of time because I understand we're pressed for time because of location. So I will provide you, and as I said, it will come to fruition. That being said, I'll move on from that, and I need to touch on an issue with the bylaws that needs to be addressed. There was an email that went out concerning the raise of the member dues to $50 a month from $25 a month, but I don't recall in any of our minutes from last year that it was ever mentioned to the membership or the committees or whatnot that, hey, we're going to raise it, and why. You have omitted from the bylaws the input from any of the paid membership, from any of the members that are in good standing, and that's not right. You can't do that according to Robert's rules. As such, the other issue that you have is that there's a member of your board that I've come to find out that may not actually be a resident of New Jersey, and in Section 4 of Part 2, it says that in order to be a member of the NJSPCA, you have to be a legal resident of the state of New Jersey. Unfortunately, he's not here for me to question it tonight, so I have to table that again now till next month. But if that's the case, then your bylaws and everything that took place from last year are no good, because the individual had input into the amending of the bylaws and the subsequent accepting of the new bylaws. And now you recently just mentioned that there were some things added to the bylaws, so I would then ask, did you send the changes to the bylaws to the Attorney General's office as we're supposed to? Because I understand that the copy of the bylaws that the Attorney General's office got was not indexed to indicate the changes, and now it's not going to contain what you just changed that I don't even know about yet, because I'm going to have to go back and look at it myself and see what that's all about. And the last thing I'm going to touch on, in the interest of time, you hired a compliance officer. That's nice. And Cindy, please don't take this personally.
I wasn't hired, I don't get
Oh,
paid.
I understand. You appointed. Sorry, I changed my terminology. And in order to be a compliance officer, I guess you have to know about all the bills and all the documents and the IRS stuff, everything that's going to have to be done so that you can inform them of what needs to be done and when it needs to be done. Last month you mentioned to us, and I believe it was recorded, because it's being recorded now, that all the documents that the state had asked for that needed to go to the state were in fact sent, and the receipt was on your desk. Yet the green card indicates it wasn't mailed for 2 weeks, but then tonight you just mentioned it had to be resubmitted. Was there an error of some kind? But if there was an error, did the compliance officer know about it? You can't have a compliance officer that doesn't get the information he or she, as you, needs in order to make sure that things get complied with. So it makes it very difficult. And if it's just going to be used as a tool for having a form, then so be it. And if my 3 minutes are up, does anybody have a problem?
You can have mine.
No, you're okay, so, I mean, you can go through this every month if you want to go through this every month, but
I think that's
You can't take somebody else's minutes.
Yes, you
So
can. You absolutely can. You absolutely
you
can.
guys, the opaqueness is
You
going to
absolutely
stop.
can.
our attorney is telling us, no, you can't.
Your attorney's
So-
an idiot.
Ms. Wronko.
I second
No,
that.
don't give me Ms. Ronco. You can't take 3 minutes.
There is no reason
It goes
to
on
talk
all the
that
time
way.
in minutes. No, it goes on
You'll
all
either
the
comport
time.
yourself properly,
No,
or you'll be asked to
Hey,
leave.
look, I've been to every one of these meetings, and I've been more than thoughtful in the way that I've spoken to all of you. But you know what? You're not gonna do this. You can take 3 minutes. It is in Robert's rules. Every single solitary town in the state does it, and I don't care what your attorney's got to say.
You're out of order, ma'am.
No, I can be out of order all I want. I don't
No,
really
you
care what
can't.
you've got to
Ma'am,
say.
please
Your
have a
attorney's an
seat.
idiot.
Please have a seat. Thank
You
you.
can do it.
Sorry, that
Okay.
had nothing to do with my time. I've read, you've made it clear that there's Robert's rules, it will cover everything else that our bylaws don't, but there are certain areas of our bylaws that are missing, and whether it be intentionally or unintentionally, they should be addressed. And I will make that known to you as well. So I'm not going to keep us any longer than we actually have to, but the transparency that you claim you are willing to get moving forward, it needs to be kept. Because at this particular point, there's still a serious lack of transparency.
I know.
And things need to be addressed properly so that this organization can prosper and move forward and do things that they're supposed to do. There are definitely people out there who are here for the animals and looking to do the best they can to make life better for the animals. But there is a select group that is hindering that, and that's what needs to change. So I'll leave it at that because of the interest of time, and I'll be back next month to point out those individual mismatches that you requested.
Any other comments?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. You can take my husband's 3 minutes.
I'm sorry, I recognize.
Yeah. You got
Ed?
When we were at the Pet Expo this past weekend, I noticed that there's an animal, I guess it's a rescue, or it's actually a pet store. I don't know if you're familiar with Spca.
Yeah.
Okay. On the side of his vehicle, he has SPCRA. Right? Is that what it says?
Shake-a-paw rescue,
Yeah.
something.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know.
that's the same Shake-a-paw that was in trouble not so many years ago up on Route 22.
I mean, it delineates underneath it that it's an animal rescue. I just didn't know if that was something that you wanted to know about, so I just figured I'd tell you.
It was
They were the
confusing.
rescue too.
You're talking
Not
about,
to me, it wasn't,
all right.
okay, and I didn't, the only person that seemed a little bit confused was my wife, but, you know, so she had said something to me, so I just wanted to make you aware of it in case there's something there that needs to be taken care of.
Okay, thank you. Somebody else has a comment?
Yes, Steve, I got your 15 minutes.
Total?
That's the total elapsed time?
I'm sorry. Yes.
Yes, Steve, Jack Dixon, used to be here with the SPCA, retired lieutenant. Conversation I had with you just before I got dropped due to age. I had a conversation with you about Frankie here. And you told me your last words were, my wife came down with cancer. You told me, Jack, you take care of Pat, I will take care of Frankie. And I'd given you all the complaints that I had received from other agents, which should have gone to Internal Affairs. He had lost his corporal stripes. You told me he wouldn't have them back till February, March to the following year. How did he get them back so quickly, a week after I was dropped? How did he get his corporal stripes back? And then he had the balls enough to tell somebody else when they asked him, how'd you get your corporal stripes back? Oh, we got rid of the troublemaker. How did he get them back so quick? I never understood that. Could you give me an answer on that?
No, it's a personnel matter, and I'm not going to discuss that.
Because you people lie. You lie, he lies, and he lies.
Okay, any other comments?
Yeah, I have one other comment, and this is going to be directed at their attorney. I'd like to know when my oak request for your invoices is going to be fulfilled. It's been 2 years. Do I need to take you guys back into court again? Because I got no problem. I'll do it.
Ms. Wronko, this is America. You can take anybody to court
Okay,
you want.
okay.
But
Be
please, you know
prepared.
something? Ms.
Be
Wronko,
prepared.
please,
I've asked
just
for
be,
2 years
just,
now.
just
Excuse
be
me, I'm
this.
speaking, this is my
So am
opinion.
I.
No,
Please
you're not gonna
disrespect.
speak over me.
You've called me an
You're not
idiot.
gonna
I'm
speak
not
over
gonna
me.
sit
You are
here.
an idiot. That's my opinion.
I second
Just like
that.
you have your opinion of me, which has been
You're
stated
either gonna be
numerous
civil
times.
at
Fuck
this
you.
meeting, or you're gonna be
Pardon
asked to
me?
leave.
Fuck you.
All right,
Whoa,
you know,
whoa.
Mr. Ronco, I'm
That's
asking you to
enough.
leave this
You gotta
meeting,
go.
please.
This is the First Amendment, this is,
I don't care
I'm
what
not
this
leaving.
is.
You have
You're
to
being
go.
absolutely not
We'll
leaving.
to Police.
Call them brothers.
Call him.
We'll get them taken out.
Call him.
Okay.
That's all.
Seriously,
Well, you know
guys,
what?
that's
I mean,
real
no,
good on paper.
Let me have a motion to
Let's
adjourn the
stop with
meeting.
the
Hang on a second, let me have, I need a motion to adjourn, we have a motion.
Steve,
Second?
Steve.
Second the motion, meeting hereby adjourned, thank you.
I have a First Amendment right to curse any damn time I want.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Thank you, everybody. Yes, we are.
Not here, we're not.
And just to note, I didn't have my time to be able to speak, so it's a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act.